They have just released a ton of videos and gameplay footage of Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, and guys, I want to talk about it. Look at this. Look at how beautiful some of the scenes are. In the new game, they have a weather and seasonal system. Look at this. All the rain during springtime. Look at the summer. Beautiful. And then, of course, I think, yep, here is the fall. Guys, if you don't already know this, this is my favorite game. I live by this game, and I am so excited to see all the new features. This is amazing. Now they have all these little mini games, obviously inspired by a lot of the mod developers out there for Warband, because there were a lot of mini games and a lot of mods. So this is great that they're taking inspiration from the mod developers out there, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more features that we saw in mods. But I am so curious to see all these little mini games. I hope there's more than this. We're going to skip ahead, guys, to the battle. This epic siege. And look at the siege weapons. Look at this catapult. How do you build this catapult? Do you need certain resources when you build it? Do you need special men to fire the catapult? Can I fire the catapult? This is amazing. Look at them. Fire those cannonballs at the walls. And what's the importance of that? Does that break down the wall and it's easier for me to break in? Or can I choose as an alternative to just build these batter rams? I wonder how that works. I wonder how that system works. And look at the graphics, guys. The graphics are absolutely amazing. It's so beautiful. And of course, it looks like we can use the battering ram, but can I fire the catapult? That's what I want to know. And let's pause the video right here, guys, and talk about weapon crafting. What does this mean? Does this mean you have to have a special skill like blacksmithing in order to craft a weapon? And look at all the things you can do, guys. You can adjust how the blade looks. You can adjust the guard. You can adjust the handle, the pommel. Also, you can name your weapon, and then you have all these values. Weight, length, balance, swing speed. Oh my goodness, guys. I am so excited to see what this actually means. What does this actually mean that we can craft our own weapon? You know, what skill do we need to possess in order to do this? That's really cool. Let's jump ahead a little bit and talk about this next feature. This next feature is a replay system. This is really cool for us YouTubers, and I am so inspired by this feature, guys. You know how hard it is right now to create a trailer for Mount & Blade Warband for one of the mods? It's extremely difficult. But with this, it seems like you can just zoom around the battlefield, zoom in the camera, get an amazing angle, reverse it if you need to. My goodness, guys, I cannot wait to explore this. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool indeed. Now I'm going to jump to the next video because there's a lot more details, guys, in the next video. So give me 1 second. So guys, here is the character creation system. And this is pretty interesting. There are so many things you can do. I mean, and look at the graphics. This looks incredible. This looks almost real. Fantastic. There's so many things you can do in the character creation system. Changing the face, changing the eyes, the nose, and I love how they've designed this now. It's so much easier to do that. And I think you can randomize certain aspects. So you can just target the eyes and randomize the eyes instead of randomizing the entire face. That's great. Also, guys, there's a body system. You can change the weight to where you're fatter or leaner or more muscular. I think that's really cool because it almost leaves unlimited possibilities. It kind of looks like, that face looks familiar. Like, anyway, so guys, let's move on. Look at the city. This is beautiful. And actually, from the city, you can walk right into the tavern. So it's one big scene instead of having to jump from the street scene to the tavern scene. And it looks like we've seen a lot of the animations that we're seeing in the new mods. People sitting down, people playing instruments. It's pretty cool. I hope there's a little bit more depth in the tavern to where you can talk to some people and you can do a little bit more in the taverns. Let's see if we can move on and check out the city streets. Guys, there's so much more depth in the city streets. Look at the shadows on the ground. They look beautiful. And then talking to someone, I see. Even the system's better than what we're seeing now, where you're kind of like blocked off in this little block and there's the guy just in this corner. This is much better. I absolutely love this. And I hope the system's a little bit more in depth. I hope there's more to do when you talk to random people out on the streets. Let's jump ahead to a battle. Now this is great. I'm glad this is familiar to me. Look at that. You see the kill screen right here, the kill feed. This looks very familiar, but just much better graphics. It looks like the general sense of how they fight is the same. And here's a demo character. And yeah, here's all the equipment. Yep. All the equipment that they're holding. Yep, and you can put it on their character. This is interesting. I don't even know what this means. Can you have armor for your horse? That's awesome, guys. I'm going to pause this right here. So it looks like we can put armor on our horse. Looks like we can carry some boots. Is this like a shin guard or something for your legs? There's your normal armor. You can wear a cape and a helmet. And then, of course, you've got 4 slots, which is how it is now. This is cool. I guess inventory, weapons, armor. I don't know exactly what this means. And then all the different... This is pretty cool, guys. This is pretty cool. I think the coolest aspect to know is that now we can buy armor for our horse. This pretty much confirms it. Oh, this is fantastic, guys. What is next? Oh my goodness, guys. This is what I wanted to see, the Overland Map. So let's take a really good look at this, guys. So we can see that there's a lot more detail. And you know, there's not a lot more detail. This is kind of the detail we're seeing in newer games like Viking Conquest. They have about this much detail, but there's the villagers that we've always seen. There's a port. There's a town with the flag. There's probably a little village or a castle. So that's pretty good. But if you look down here, if you look at all this stuff down here, if this is not in the way, is that your army, your money? What do all these things mean? Your holdings? Notes, perhaps? Here's how much gold you have. This is interesting. How many men you have in your party. So all this information, guys, is now down here instead of having to click it on the notes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then you could pause the game, fast forward it, put it in normal speed right here instead of pressing like Control Spacebar to speed things up. And then, so much cool information. I'm not quite sure what all this means, but that's pretty interesting. Look at this. Look at all the detail in the Overland Map. And then I think you click to a spot, and it leaves you a red mark. You see? And then you go to that red mark, which I think is a great addition. A great addition. And look, you don't even know. Oh, there's a question mark until you get close enough to know who they exactly are and how many men are in the party. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is one of the most exciting aspects of this mod that's really downplayed. And it's the new trade system in the game. And what's so groundbreaking about this system is that it doesn't just apply to selling goods or buying armor or talking to a merchant in any town. It applies to every time you talk to someone and you're trying to do an interaction. Now, that interaction may be a normal trade, or that interaction may be exchanging prisoners, or exchanging other lords for ransom, or perhaps making peace with another king. And the cool thing about the system is it puts a monetary value on every resource in the game. Not just goods, not just armor, not just prisoners, and not just other lords that you're going to ransom, but also fiefs. So you can exchange fiefs for peace when you're at war with another faction. Guys, I cannot wait to see the unbelievable possibilities that open up with this new aspect of the game. Guys, this has been incredible. I am so excited for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. If you are as excited as I am, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section and go ahead and hit that like button. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me. I cannot wait to play this game. I promise you guys, when this game comes out, we're going to have an epic week on this channel of Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. So again, guys, I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.